Hey guys, how's you doing? It's Sahil Vis from Coding Card, and in this video, I'm going to share my interview experience with Accenture and how I got selected for the ASC profile and pretty much everything you need to know before applying for the Accenture. So let's get started. So starting from the eligibility criteria, the eligible stream for Accenture exam is BE, BTech and MCA. Backlog, no active backlog allowed. Percentage criteria is 65% or 6.5 CGPA in graduation. Job profile is ASC and SC. I will explain you this both profile later on in this video. So basically, the Accenture test is divided into two assessments. So I will take one by one. So this is the first assessment, which is basically divided into further two parts. That is cognitive ability and technical. And after you clear this round, that is first one, cognitive ability and technical. Only then you will eligible for the coding round. This is basically the first assessment overview. That, like in cognitive ability, there is English ability, then reasoning, then number ability. Then the time allowed will be 50 questions in 50 minutes. Now, same with the technical assessment. There is a common application and MS Office. Then the in this part MS Office. Now, if you are thinking like they will given the basic question of the MS Office, like I was thinking at my time, so you are wrong. So there will not be a basic question from MS Office, at least the moderate question like the formula and the cells calculating the particulars, and it not gonna be hard. Okay, so don't worry, but just don't take this part lightly. Okay, so the second one is the code part. Like the code is given, you have to predict the output. After that, there is a fundamental of networking, security, and cloud. Basically, the networking question. So the time allot will be 40 minutes, and the question will be 40 question in this round. So after clearing this round, that is cognitive ability and technical assessment. When I was giving it, I have completed this. Now, then after that, I have to wait for 15, like 10 to 15 minutes. The timer is running on the screen, and after that a notification pop up on my screen saying that congratulations, you are eligible for next round. So only when you clear this round, you will get the notification of the coding round on the same screen. You don't have to go on the any alter link and then start coding. No, so on the same window you will get the notification. You just need to start. So this is the coding question. So basically there is a two question. One is easy and second one is medium. I will share with you both the question. So I will just explain you this question and you can take the snapshot of question number second, as this video main motive is to explain the essential test pattern and basically focus on my interview experience and how you can give the answer in the interview. Okay, so started from the very like first question. The question name is electrostatics. So there is three input is given: input one, input two, and input three. Okay, at input one, an array is given, basically representing magnitude of each charge. So I will explain you about how to solve this. Now, in input two is given P and P. So P indicates positive, N indicates negative, then P indicates positive. So what that means? 4 will be positive, 3 will be negative, and 5 will be positive. What means? I will explain you. They have provided a formula. You need to solve with it only. It's very basic question. So input 3 is basically the number of charges it holds. Input 1, how many charges it holds? 4, 3, 5. That is 1, 2, 3. 3 charges it's holding. That's why it's giving the 3 here. Now, there is a formula is giving of calculating the field. That is total charge into 100. Then output is given as 600. Now, how it is calculated? Uh, for example, there is 4 minus 3 plus 5. How it comes? As I explained you, 4 is of positive, so that's why 4 is positive. Then 3 is of negative, then that's why minus 3. Then 5 5 is positive, then 5 will be of positive. So after calculating this, you will get units. So any unit you will get, you need to multiply it from 100. So if you get 5 here, you will multiply it from 5, 6, 7, 8, any number. You just need to multiply it with 100. So this is a very basic question. I don't think so anyone face problem in this. If you need solution of this question, I will provide you. Don't worry, just ping in the comment section. So this is the question number second, problem statement with example. Just take the snapshot of this so you can solve it later, or I will also provide solution for this. Just ping in the comment section. I will give you. So I hope everyone take the snapshot of this question. Moving ahead, so the after after completing the first assessment and all the sections, after clearing, so I am hearing that the coding round is also not an elimination round, but don't take it light. You just for the safer side, just try to solve both the question. But many of my friends who don't solve both the question get the notification for the communication assessment. But for the safer side, just try to solve maximum question. After then second assessment, this is the communication assessment. This is not an elimination round, but these in the earlier slide I have shown you that Accenture is hiring for two profile, that is ASC, associate software engineer, with the package of 4.50, and SE with the software engineer with a package of 6.50. So this communication assessment marks will be calculated for the SC profile. Like if you perform good in this, you will high probability you will get the SC profile. And if you solve both the coding question, then almost or you will get SC profile. Now there is not 100% chance, but maybe. So this second assessment, communication assessment, time limit will be 20 minutes. Difficulty will be medium. So if you want video on this communication assessment, then I can make a separate video, like when I have given this assessment. So my test will it's of duration like 20 to 25 minutes. So it's not possible to explain whole communication assessment in this video, but it is very easy round, like the words coming on the screen, you have to read it, or like basic question and you have to give one word answer. Now, after communication assessment, you will get the email for interview slot. Like I have received the email for the interview slot. My interview is planned for 19 July, and on the 19 July, they have provided me three slots, three timing slots. I have to choose one timing slot for the interview. So after that, this is my interview experience. You can take the snapshot of this question. I will explain you this question one by one and how you can answer this question. So my interview duration is of 30 minutes. So starting from the very first question, the interviewer first introduced himself. After introducing himself, he just asked me that, Sahil, tell me about yourself. So guys, while answering this question, like tell me about yourself, just be be very confident and don't fake yourself. Like whatever you know, just say that. Don't say anything that if you say I know Python, Java, C++, so guys, it will you will be in trouble. So in this, I just explain him that my hometown, that which language I know, and something from my internship. I've done some internship, so I just explain my internship and what I have learned from there. So the next question is, explain your final year project. So guys, I have noticed it that while giving the essential interview, so your project is the very crucial and the vital things you need to know. So the 90 to 95% interview will only based on the project, on your final year project or any internship you have done. So the project is very important and the final year project is must. So after explaining my final year project, he asked me about my internship project. Like at my internship, I have done a project on e-commerce website. So I just explained that website, which is basically done in Java. So I have explain that project. So the next question is oops basic question. So just polymorphism, inheritance, and while answering the oops question, just you can watch my video that how I get selected for in Cognizant for the Gen Z profile. So in that video, I have explained that how you can answer this oops question related. Whatever you are explaining, like inheritance, just try to relate your answer with real world example. Okay. Now, the next question is situation based question. So he just asked me two situation based question, that is proud movement in your life. I so anyone have at least one proud movement in. So it's not just you have to say that the tech related proud movement that I have come first in hackathon. It's not like that. You just give any proud movement like, according to you. It is the proud movement until now. Okay. Now, the second question he asked me about failure movement. So it's okay if anyone have any failure movement, and it's high probability that everyone have at least one failure movement in his or her life. So, guys, while explaining this question, be smart. Don't just say that yes, I have faced one failure movement. And just don't stop at there. So you can treat this question as he want to listen what is your failure movement and how you deal with it. Although he don't say me that what is your failure movement and how you deal with it, but it's self understood that if he asking you failure movement, you give answer with your failure movement and how you deal with it. So it shows that you are capable of coming up with the failure with the appropriate solution. You have the potential to dealing with problems in your life. So this is what he want to listen. He's very happy from my answer. Okay. Now the third last point is he asked me what are the key things to work in a production according to you. So I just say, sir, according to me, the key thing is teamwork is most important. Just a single word answer. He is happy from my answer. Like while working in a production, teamwork is very important. Now he asked me, do you have any certification? So I hold the certification in from HackerRank, Coursera, Gooby. So I just tell them that I have hold the certification in this, and it's okay if you don't have any certification. Don't be fake. Just say no, sir. I don't have any certification yet, but I will. I am doing or I will do, and I will get the certification. Just say no, sir. I don't have any certification. Just as I explained, failure movement, and you have to treat this question like failure movement and how you answer that question, same thing. So at last he just asked me, do you have any question for me? Guys, this is 100% not in the essential. While giving any interview of any MNC or any company, she will ask you, do you have any question for me? This question is because interviewer wants to know your interest in their company. Like I will take two scenario. Okay, first, if he will ask me, do you have any question for me, and I just reply no, no sir, I don't have any question. So it just replica my image on his mind that okay, he this guy is not interested in essential, he's just giving the interview for his practice or anything else. So just be I'm not saying that he will not take you, but this is the negative point. So don't take any risk. Just reply. Wait, I will tell you my answer that how I replied for this question, and it makes him very happy. I literally see his face smiling. So I replied when he asked me, do you have any question for me, Sahil? I just replied, yes, sir. First of all, thank you for being so polite and friendly with me throughout this session. Sir, I need to know if I get selected in Accenture, if anything I can learn before joining the Accenture, which will be beneficial for me as well as the organization. So he just explained me about something like yes, Sahil, you can learn DBMS or Python very well. So you don't have to learn so many things. Just DBMS or basic SQL you can learn, but at Accenture we are taking care of everything. Like you have to go through you for from a training, and after that training, domain will be allotted to you. So this is the part of the separate video. I will explain you later that how it's done while after hiring. Okay. Now, this is the last slide, and I put this slide because this is the additional information, because many of my friends not able to register for Accenture test because they don't have the PAN card. So, okay, so PAN card is very important, guys. If you don't have PAN card, you will not be able to register for the Accenture test. Okay, so first point, as I explained you, this year Accenture comes with the two role, software engineer and associate software engineer. Associate software engineer package is 4.5. Software engineer is come up with 6.5 LPA. So guys, this is very good news about the this is very good about the Accenture. Like based on your overall performance, student will be selected for ASC and SC profile. Okay, so it's not like that in the many company, like in the Cognizant. If you if you explain if you do very good in technical ability and coding round, then you will get another notification for another coding round, and you will have to go through the separate interview or hiring process for the higher package. But in Essential, the hiring process is same. Only the marks, final marks, will depend that which profile they will be provided to you. Okay, so this is good, and you can take the advantage of this thing. Now, the last point is the essential eligibility criteria is that you should have 65% or 6.5 CGPA in your graduation with no active backlog, as I have explained you earlier. So, guys, that's all from this video. I hope this information helped you a lot. And if you have any question related to Accenture or any other company, if I know, I will happy to reply you. Thanks for watching this video. I will see you next time. Bye bye.